Hi guys! Welcome to part 5 ng ating relevant costing. Pag-usapan naman natin ngayon yung decision on whether to drop a segment, a division or not. So, large companies are normally divided into divisions. Pwede yung division geographical. Yung Nestle, for example, may Luzon division, may Visayas, may Mindanao. Yung Apple, for example, pwede rin by product ang division, such as yung line nila na mayroong division ng iPhone, tapos may division ng Mac. Or in Ateneo de Zamboanga, for example, wherein the division is the segment of grade school, high school, and college. So, nasa-separate. Now, companies normally track their different divisions, which is performing well and which is not performing. And the decision of a manager can sometimes be whether to close down a non-performing division or not. May loss na daw ang division na to. Dapat ba natin yung i-close down? So, yung decisions na ganun requires relevant costing. So, let's look at simple example to understand the basics. So, kunwari meron tayong example na the following information relates to next year's projected operating result of the aluminum division of Rocklo Corporation. At makita mo yung kanyang condensed income statement. Makikita mo yung kanyang contribution margin, fixed expense. Tapos, syempre, CM na 1.5, expense na fixed 1.7, may loss ka na 200. If aluminum division is dropped, 1 million of the above fixed costs would be eliminated. What will be the effect on Rocklo profit next year if aluminum division is dropped instead of being kept? So, makita mo, it looks like this particular division of the company is losing money. Meron siyang net loss na 200,000. So, pag-iisipin mo, well, knee-jerk reaction, pag ikaw isang manager, loss siya, so therefore, i-drop automatic. Well, hopefully it's that simple, but realistically, it's not. No? Just because loss siya, hindi siya automatic na kailangan i-drop. You have to analyze the relevant costs. So, for this particular example or for this particular kind of decision, yung aking recommendation is, this is the one time that I think it's easier and it is better for understanding if you use the total cost approach, especially if you're a beginner. So, sa total cost approach, you make an income statement with all the costs. What if you keep it? And then total cost, what if you drop it? No? Total cost approach tayo. How would that look like? Say, for example, here. So, this is the income statement. Reconstruct natin, contribution margin, fixed expenses, and then net profit or loss. No? So, you simulate it. In total costs, what happens to the contribution margin if we keep it? Now, if we keep it, basically status quo. Nothing will change. The income statement will continue. So, yan ay magiging 1.5 million, 1.7 million. And then, if you subtract that, syempre, that's going to be negative 200,000. So, ganun, no? Ganun pag keep. You basically just reconstruct the income statement. Now, what happens if you drop? What happens if you attempt to drop the division? So, let's look at the changes. If you drop this particular division, yung contribution margin, which is composed of, syempre, sales minus variable cost. Syempre, if you stop the division, no more sales. And yung variable cost naman, since they're variable, zero din. So, contribution margin is zero. Yan. So, wala. Fixed expenses. Fixed expenses by default will stay. May sentence nga lang dito, if aluminum division is dropped, 1 million of the fixed costs would be eliminated. So, pag drop, instead of 1.7 million fixed cost, yung fixed cost ay magiging 700,000 na lang. And if you subtract that, magiging negative 700,000. Now, keep or drop. So, you can see that the net loss in drop is higher than the keep. So, it's clear na you should keep it. Again, just because net loss siya, hindi ibig sabihin better to drop. So, kung makita mo using this approach, halata agad na if you drop, it becomes worse. Kasi mawala yung sale, variable cost, matitira ng 700 expenses pa rin. Mas malulugi ang company overall. So, that's how you do it. If you become a little more advanced, if you understand this a bit better, then you can now use the technically correct approach, which is the relevant cost approach. So in a relevant cost approach, you're going to reconstruct the income statement using only the relevant items. So contribution margin, fixed expense, and net profit or loss. So kapag relevant cost approach, what is relevant? Out of the contribution margin, ang relevant nun is the entire thing is relevant kasi it's different among alternatives. The fixed expense, the avoidable portion is relevant. So 1.7 keep, pag drop 700, so the avoidable fixed cost is 1 million. And so therefore, meron kang tinatawag na relevant items lang ito. So meron kang minsan tinatawag na relevant profit na 500,000. So pag ganito ang case, that means that if you include relevant items only, then the company is then actually the division is actually making money, equating to 500,000 pesos relevant profit. If you close down the company, the division, then you will lose this 500,000. How do you connect the two approach? Well, notice na yung difference ng 200 and 700. The effect is 500 if you drop. So, using the relevant cost approach, yung 500 na difference dito, ito actually yan. So, yan. Again, in a keep or drop scenario, you can use the total cost approach to simulate the income statement if you keep and simulate the income statement if you drop, and then look at the difference and decide. If you're getting better, then you can use just relevant cost approach to make a single income statement on relevant items only. As long as relevant profit siya, then it is worth keeping. So hanggang dito na lang muna tayo. See you in the next decision-making topic.